I am Lena Headey and I play Cersei Lannister. I've come to believe that an accommodation with the Dragon Queen could be in our immediate interest. At this point, she's pregnant with Jaime's child. She's kind of back in love and wants this to work. And then at the end, she says, never betray me again. As much as she loves Jaime, there's now an element of distrust, which there hasn't been. She does come to see that a meeting is the way forward, and also it gives her the opportunity to try and fuck everyone over. So she's quite happy about that. We're all sitting waiting for Dany to arrive, and these dragons start circling, and everyone stands up and is in awe, and Cersei just doesn't move from her seat. And it's just part of a power play, you know. She's like, I'll remain unimpressed. And then Dany arrives, and she's beautiful, and she's late. And those two things drive Cersei insane. Then she meets the White and is terrified, but even then thinks, so? The undead, you know, and has a, plan in her pocket with Euron, so she chooses to lie, send everybody north, hoping they'll be murdered, and she'll take what's left.
When the fighting in the north is over, someone wins. You understand that, don't you? If the dead win, they march south and kill us all. If the living win, and we've betrayed them, they march south and kill us all.
One of the saddest moments for Cersei and Jaime is his moral center becomes really strong, and I think the influence of Brienne on him is more powerful than Cersei at this moment, and he thinks she's become a monster.
I pledged to ride north. I intend to honor that pledge.
She pushes him away, and she doesn't think he'll ever leave her, really, and he does. He leaves.
Are you going to order him to kill me? I'm the only one you have left. Our children are gone. Our father is gone. It's just me and you now.
There's one more yet to come. He walks out, and again, she's unable to sort of say, please don't leave me. I love you. She can't say those words to him. And so she loses him. She loses the one person that has always stood by her side, no matter how monstrous she's behaved. And he's gone.
Hey everyone, it's Fentony. This is going to be my Cersei Lannister promo breakdown, and it's one of the best promos so far. Lena Headey is one of the best actors on the entire show. She really deserves so much recognition for her portrayal as Cersei Lannister. Cersei's about to lose everything that she holds dear. Jaime's left her to go and fight in the north. The 3 children and the rest of her family are dead. Apart from Tyrion, all she has left is the Iron Throne and her unborn baby. Yeah, that baby's definitely not going to make it, whether it's stillborn or Cersei miscarries. And once that baby dies, we're going to get full-on Mad Queen Cersei. In Season 7 she was getting there, but in Season 8, the proper Mad Queen. She's going to be incredibly dangerous, and I do expect her at some point to pull out the wildfire once again. Whilst everyone's fighting the Night King in the north, she's down in King's Landing. She lied to Jon and Dany about helping, she told them she'd come up and support them, but she has no plans on doing that. It seems like Cersei's plan is to let the dead and the living kill each other up in the north, and whatever happens after that, she'll deal with them. But what happens if she goes on the offensive? What happens if she doesn't just sit in King's Landing and wait for the winner to come down south? Jaime did tell her whoever wins is just going to come down south and kill them all, whether it be the dead or the living. Cersei still has the Lannister army, alongside other houses, Euron Greyjoy's fleet, and of course she's gaining the Golden Company. She's still got a decent army, and the Golden Company will definitely make a difference. Whilst Jon and Daenerys are concerned with the Night King, we could see Cersei come up and attack. Remember, Sansa told Jon in Season 7 that he has to worry about Cersei, but Jon just shrugged it off. The Lannisters are a southern army, they can't march in winter. That is true, but it could also be seen as foreshadowing for Cersei coming up north whilst no one expects her to be there. Of course, Cersei's not going to personally travel up north. I actually think she'll never even leave King's Landing. We're talking full-on Mad Queen Cersei, full-on paranoid. But once everyone's focused on the Night King, boom, Cersei's up north with her armies, attacking them from behind. Never underestimate Cersei, especially when she's on the edge of losing everything. The High Sparrow and the Faith Militant did that, and look what happened to them. We know in episode 3 it's all going to kick off at Winterfell, and I actually think the Night King's going to win, and Winterfell will fall. There is a big debate about whether the Night King is going to be defeated at Winterfell, but I actually think he's going to win that battle. I think the Night King has to reach King's Landing. Cersei Lannister has to see the Night King. And what was the point in Jon going north to find a White to show Cersei, if Jon and Dany can defeat the Night King without her? I don't think killing off the Night King in the 3rd episode makes much sense in my opinion, or even the 4th one. I think he has to make it down to King's Landing. He's the big bad villain of the entire series. Whilst everyone's been squabbling over the Iron Throne, he's been building his armies in the north. And one of the big themes about Game of Thrones is the fact that everyone's fighting over the Iron Throne and no one's concerned about the bigger picture. I think killing off the Night King in episode 3 makes little sense, especially after 7 seasons of build up and Jon and Dany telling Cersei they need her help. There's 1 million people in King's Landing. We were told that in season 7 for a reason. 1 million people that could be added to his army. I think the situation in King's Landing is going to get worse. The people will be starving, there'll be diseases, and people will be dying. There'll be corpses on the floor, and I actually think that people might even uprise against Cersei. She might even put on a display of power and having people executed. Cersei's death is almost certain, but the bigger question is who's going to do it? Jaime and Arya are the favourites, but I think a lot of people are actually sleeping on Sansa. Sansa and Cersei have a lot of history together. Cersei used to manipulate Sansa, and she kind of abused her as well. But even though Sansa was a prisoner, she also learned quite a lot from Cersei, and it seems like she's the only one that's concerned with her. In the books, there is the Valonqar prophecy told by Maggie the Frog. Basically, Cersei's going to be killed by the little brother, but because it's in Valyrian, it's gender neutral, so it could be sister or sibling. So it doesn't have to be literally the little brother, and it doesn't actually have to be her brother. This hasn't been mentioned on the show. The Maggie the Frog scene was more about her children, and her becoming queen, and then the younger, more beautiful queen replacing her. We could revisit the Maggie the Frog scene, or an entirely new flashback that foreshadows Cersei's death, but the show might just cut it out completely. But Cersei's death has the potential of being the biggest death on the entire show. It's still one of the biggest mysteries in season 8, but whatever happens, it's going to be a massive moment. This promo doesn't reveal that many hints about the season, but it's still worth watching, and I will leave a link so you guys can go and check it out. I loved hearing Lena talk about Cersei's relationships with her brothers. She obviously loves Jaime as a brother and a lover, which is kinda messed up. But she does say her relationship with Jaime is less complicated than her relationship with Tyrion, because she has enormous respect for Tyrion, but also hates him. Remember, Jaime's left her now, and he is the favourite to kill her. Jaime's already the Kingslayer, and a lot of people think he'll become the Queenslayer. Cersei's just gonna be like the Mad King, and she'll want to blow up King's Landing. Jaime had to kill the Mad King before this could happen, so he could have to kill the Mad Queen before it happens again. Another interesting line that I really loved was when Lena said the influence of Brienne on Jaime is more powerful than Cersei at this moment, and he thinks she's become a monster. We know Jaime's heading up north, and he's likely to arrive in the 1st or 2nd episode. He's going to be fighting with Jon Snow and Daenerys against the Army of the Dead, but also with Brienne. Cersei could see this as him choosing Brienne over her. Cersei's had other lovers, including her cousin Lannister Lannister, but Jaime's only ever been with Cersei. Cersei could see this as the ultimate betrayal. And as for Tyrion, there are theories that he's actually made a deal with Cersei to save her and the baby. We didn't see their full negotiation, as the scene did cut off, but it will be interesting to see what was said. Maybe Bran has gone back and watched the full scene, and he knows the truth. And a lot of people think this might blow up in Tyrion's face. But I want to hear what you guys think. Will Cersei become the full-on Mad Queen? And if so, who's going to kill her? We're almost finished these promo videos. I still have to do Sansa Stark, Davos Seaworth, the Hound, Samwell Tarly and Jorah Mormont. If you guys want to see a particular character first, just let me know. April is just around the corner now. HBO are definitely going to start dropping more teasers and a full-on trailer with new footage very soon. And once that happens, there's going to be a lot of videos on the channel, so make sure you subscribe. So as always, remember to leave your thoughts in the comments below, and if this is your first time on the channel, make sure you subscribe. And I'd really appreciate it as well if you could like the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.